Hello all, welcome to Code 9 Destination Day 15 here. I hope you're clear with the ratio and proportion part 1 and 2 there in the previous one we have discussed. So, ratio and the proportion is one of the core topic. We going to see the application of the ratio and proportions only. Okay, so that is a topic which is going to deal in the class today. Probably. So, what is the title of the day is that we can able to call it as time and work. Time and work, many people say that it is something like a standalone topic, but it is a purely application of the ratio and proportions only. Okay, but more probably, if you see this one, that not only the ratio and proportion, but it will also include the fraction as the very important parameter here. So coming to the time and work, we don't have any specific formula to define the one. But if you see, I can give you some examples. That is, A, there is a A, okay. A do the work in n days, okay. So this is one of the statement, okay. And the same statement I can able to make like A 1 day work is equal to 1 by n, okay. So like the way also I can able to define this particular thing, okay. So probably that the thing which we have defining here, this is the only basic formula here it will come. We don't have any specific formula here in this time and work, but all the thing is related to the application oriented thing only based on this kind of category only. Okay. So please understand the one, A do the work in n days. Okay. Just giving the direct statement. Okay. And if you want to specifically mention A 1 day work, we can able to call it as what? 1 by n. Okay, so this is how the manner you need to write it down in your exam as well as. So this is one of the very confusing term inside the answer you picking up, because you see this one, many people will directly find out the number of days and they will put it up directly. Okay, but you need to making the fraction, what is going to define? It is totally going to change the value. So don't make a mistake, because this is a very major mistake. Everyone will do the time and work. Okay, so please don't do the mistake. And we have segregate the topic here under the time and work in a very simplified way. Okay, so the one is, so based on the 2%, okay, 2% working together. Okay, if the 2% working together means it's a very easy term to find out the value. Okay, and second type, the person working alone. Okay, only a person, one person. Okay, you can call it as one person working alone. This is one of the type. Okay, and the third one we can able to call it as the rest of the work. Please, everyone, note it down the word, guys. These are the words we directly give you to the outcome of the question they are asking. We are taking the question, we are bundled the question with respect to the application you have seen. So neither of the question you will not able to expect from the thing I'm writing here the one. Okay. So rest of the work. And fourth one, there is leaving in work between. Okay. Leaving in work between. Okay. And fifth one, that is based on the work of different people, work of different people. Okay, guys. So you see this one. So among this, so all the things are, I wouldn't say the important, but all the things you must have to know it, because we don't know in which way they will ask you the question from the time and work. You need to be prepared anyhow. That is the only thing I would like to recommend to you guys. Okay. So the probably you see this one, each type is a very important one. You must have to know it. So the coming to the first one, there is a 2% working together. They will give you the capacity of the one person or the capacity of the another person. Okay. So capacity means what? So you see this one, A 1 day work. Okay. Then you can able to also call this as A capacity. A capacity is equal to 1 by n. Okay. Like the way you need to define this one. Okay. So this is how the confusing term they will give you. Coming to the first one, that is that they give you the two type of capacity of the individual person. You need to combine them and you need to showcase. So how many days it will work? If A takes 21 days, B takes 31 days to complete some particular work. If they combine and work, how much days it will take? So those kind of the question. In terms of changing the terminologies, they will ask you from the first category. Okay. So going to the next one, the person working alone. So A is working, A and B is combinedly working after a few long days. So B left, only A is keep on working until the rest of the work completed. So then how much work he will completed by the so particular person who is remaining. So like the thing you need to, they will ask you from the question of the second. So next third one we can able to call it is the rest of work. Okay, so they have completed, A completed this much work and B completed this much work and C completed this much work. After everything, so what is the remaining work is left? Okay, so this is how the thing, the third type of category they will ask you there. And fourth question, living in the work between. Okay, so living in the work between means, so A and B continuously doing the work. After the 7 days, so B left. And then A and C only continues to keep on the until the remaining work to be done. This is how the thing, so the living in the work between it will come. And the work of different people. Okay, it is like a efficiency. It involves something, the percentage oriented things also it will happen there. You need to understand it very clearly. Okay, so I think we can able to move with the question now. Very simple question. I'm just moving on so that you can able to understand very clearly, guys. Okay, so this is the question they are asking here. This one. Okay, so here in the first statement, guys, A can do a work in 10 days. Then you can able to call it as A 1 day work is equal to 1 by 10 part. Okay, so the outcome is part. It was mentioned as day, right? So, but you need to say that in 1 day work, he was completed 1 by 10 of a part of work. Okay, so the work we can't able to calculate, but so based on the day, we can able to consider that he was, so in 10 day work means he was completed 1 by 10 day work. Okay, so like the thing you need to call it as here the one. Same like here, that is B 1 day work, okay, is equal to 1 by 20 part. Okay, like what we can able to say this. Okay, if both of them work together for 5 days, then how many part of the work will be finished? Okay, so that you can able to call it as, that is 5 days they are working. Okay, so then we can able to call it as 5 by 10. Actually that is 1 by 10 only, but they are working for 5 days, right? So in combinedly they are working 5 by 20. If you say that, obviously the LCM value is going to be get the value called what? 20 only. You can able to directly say a 10 plus 15 by 20. Then you can able to call it as 3 by 4. Okay. So they have completed 3 by 4 part if they're working together for 5 days. If they're working together for 5 days, they will complete the work in the 3 by 4 part. Okay. 3 by 4 means, so out of 4, they have completed the 3 portion in the work. So like the way we can able to define here and we can able to close this problem as much as easy as possible. Okay. So I'll move to the next question, guys. Okay. So next question, little bit something the difficult. Okay. But the same manner only. Okay. So second question, I going on it. That is P and Q can do a work in 12 days and 16 days. So P started working alone after how many days should you work with P so that work is finished in 9 days. Okay. So first read out the question, guys. Okay. So P and Q, they can doing a work in 12 days and 16 days. So they are indicatively given the value for the individual terms of the work. There is 12 and 16 there. So P started the work alone. Okay. So he was started alone after how many days? Q work with the P so that the work is to be finished in 9 days. Okay, actually they are working in different thing, different manner. But so the P started working alone. But after them, but if they combine and work, they can able to finish the work in 9 days. So then how many days after so the P can be joined with the Q. I mean Q can be joined with the P so that they can able to complete in the particular time of 9 days here. Okay, that is the question they are asking here in the place. Same like guys, I can able to take that. So the P 1 day work is equal to what? That is 1 by 12 part. Okay, don't get confused. Part and days. Okay, so that and Q 1 day work we can able to call it as 1 by 16 part. Okay, so like the way we can able to define this one. Okay, so there is some days. Okay, there is some days. Okay, how many days? After some X days, the Q and P get joined. Okay, and they're going to work. Okay, but according to this, they said that they are finished. If they join, they will finish in the some 9 days. That is the question they have mentioned. Okay, then if they consider that they are joined, okay, and joined and work. Okay, so based on that, we can able to say this one. I can able to derive the same like 9 by 12. Okay, they are combining and working, right? And then 9 minus x. Okay, 9 minus x by 16. Okay, this is for P and this is for Q. So Q want to join with the P. But how many days we don't know. Okay, so with respect of how many days we don't know means, so it should happen within the 9 days. Okay, if they combine and work from the beginning, they will finish the work in the something the particular days. Okay, so we can able to call that right side is equal to 1. Okay, and if you solve this one guys, so 16 and 12, we can take the LCM as 48. If you need the 48 here, you need to multiply by 4 here in the place. That will give you the value called 36. And here again that is 27. So minus 3x. So by that is 48 is equal to 1. You can able to call this one. Okay. So if you see this, we can able to get the value called 63 minus 3x is equal to 48. Okay. That you can able to call that 3x is equal to 15. Okay. So that you can able to call that x is equal to 5 directly. So this is how you need to manipulate the answer. So the way you can able to call it as here, after the 5 days, Q is joining with the P. This is how the thing it will come here in this particular question. I hope you clearly understand about this pattern. Okay, this is a very important question, guys. So please remember, it's still asking with the combined together work only, but it will play one of the very important role in the question. Okay, so one more question we will solve from the topic and then we'll move for the next category. Okay, so that third question. Okay, so please try to solve once before I'm writing this question. Okay, so P can complete any work. Okay, you see that any work in 10 days after working 4 days. We quit the work and the remaining work complete by Q in 9 days if they both would have worked together beginning, then it's a little bit lengthy question, but we will take it up. Okay, then how many days to complete the work? Okay, so this is the question. I just read out the question for you guys. So P can complete any work. It is defined that any work is to be mentioned there. you can able to call amount of work in any way you can able to call this one. So in 10 days, after working the 4 days, peak with the work, and the remaining work is completed by the queue in the 9 days. Okay. So, and if they both would have worked together from the beginning, then how many days it will take to complete? That's what things a very important one they have given in the question. Okay. So let's see here. Okay. So that they have mentioned that, so we'll move with the same procedure what we have solved from the beginning. Okay. That is P, a 1 day work, you can able to call it as what? That is 1 by 10 part. Okay. So please mention the part. Okay. Or else it will be confused as days. Okay. And then they are saying that the P work for 4 days. Okay. So then 4 day work is equal to what? That is, I mean, 4 by 10 part. Okay. You can able to call this as 2 by 5 part. It is done by P. Okay. And then you see this one, that is a remaining work. So this is the completed work. Okay, this is the completed work. Remaining work, how I can able to find out? I can take the total work as, I don't know what is the total work. I can simply call it as one. Okay, but you see this one, this is the work is done here. Okay, this is the work right now they have finished this one. So if you take the remaining work, okay, so remaining work is equal to, that is 1 minus 2 by 5. You can able to call this one. Okay, so if you made this one, it will give you, that is 5 minus 2, that we can able to say that 3 by 5. Out of 2 by 5, 2 by 5 is finished. Remaining one is 3 by 5 only, right? So 3 by part is remaining here. Okay, so this is going to done by Q. Okay, Q in 9 days. Okay, in 9 days, it is going to take up in this place. Okay, so work done by Q in 9 days is equal to 3 by 5. Okay, that is, you can able to say that this particular part is can taken by 9 for, I mean, 3 by part of the portion it is going to finish for the 9 days. Okay, same like here it is mentioned that it is 9 days. So then Q's 1 day work, Q's 1 day work is equal to what? That is 3 by 5 times of 9. You can able to call it as what? That is 3 by 45. If you want to cancel this one, we can able to cancel as like this, 3 times of 3, 9. And if you made it up, you can able to call it as Q finished 1 day work as 1 by 15. Now guys, you having both of them as 1 day work. So now you just want to simply add the value and get the answer here. Okay. If they're working from the beginning is the question. That is P plus Q. So now you can say able to say that. So P 1 day work is equal to 1 by 10 and Q 1 day work is equal to 1 by 15. Obviously, it is going to give the LCM called 30 here. If you take the 30, it will give you the value called 3 plus 2 by 30 here in the place. If you solve this one, it will give you 5 by 30 again. So that will give you that 1 by 6 part. Okay. So this is how the answer you can able to say this one. But you can able to remember that. So we are finding the part only. But the question they are asking, how many days it is required. So then the part, if you want to convert the part to day means we can able to call it as directly 6 days probably. Okay. 1 by 6 is a part. You can able to call it as 6 days directly here in this answer. Okay. So the answer is option, sorry, answer is, that is 6 days is the very correct answer with respect to the questions here. Okay. So we'll move to the next category of the question. Okay. That's also very easiest question, I believe so. Okay. So let's move to the next question, guys. So I having the question that is X and Y can finish the work in 6 days. Okay. If X alone, okay, can finish the same work in 9 days, then how many days will Y alone finish the same work. Okay. So guys, we have solved almost 3 questions in the back. Okay, I hope you know how to solve the question. You know how to start the process in the time and work. Okay, because time and work is an unbeatable topic in all the aptitude exams. This is one of the unbeatable topics they definitely going to ask there. Okay, so we'll take this one, guys. X and Y, they are finishing the work in 6 days. Okay, so then guys, you need to consider that X and Y 1 day work is equal to what? 1 by 6. So this is how that they are saying that. Okay. So X alone finish the same work. If X alone can finish the same work in 9 days, you can able to call it as X 1 day work is equal to what? 1 by 9. Then how many days will Y alone can finish the same work is the question. How many days they are asking here the place. Okay. So you see this one, we having the X plus Y and X. Okay. So if you want to find only the value of X here in the place, then you need to do one thing. Okay. So the thing is that, so X plus Y is one side. If you're making the minus here, so X and X get cancelled. You will remind, find out the value called Y there. Okay. Then we can able to say that 1 by 6 minus 1 by 9. So this will give you, there is probably 9 and 6 will give you the value as LCM. We can able to call it as 18. Okay, that this will have 3, this side is 2. Okay, 18 there. You will get the value called 1 by 18 part. Okay, so guys, this is a part. They are asking what? Days. Okay, so this a part means what is a day answer? It is definitely going to be what? That is 18 days is the probable answer of this question. Okay, so this is how you can able to sort out the answer with respect to the questions we can able to deal in this one. Okay, so very basic steps. We are not using that much complex here. Okay, you just want to apply the basic knowledge of the time and work. Okay, so we still know we didn't get into the something like a complex question. Okay, I request you all need to take the questions clearly. If anyone having a doubt on the question, so please reach out to us in the comment box. Okay, I'll go to the next one, guys. So this is the question we having here. Okay, so read out the question, guys, very carefully. So P alone can complete a task in 18 days. Okay, and P and Q, they working together and completing, they can able to complete the task in 15 days. So Q left the task after the 10 days probably, and P alone had to complete the task. Okay, then Q left after the 10 days, then P is having the whole responsibility to finish the work. Okay, so then how many days so will P take to complete the remaining work is the question. Okay, so we can able to make some figure like this. Okay, that is P finishing the work in 18 days, and P and Q, he is finishing the work that is called 15 days. Okay, and probably it's like a allegation. We can able to call it as allegation diagram. Okay, you see this one, we can able to take the LCM of the both value. It will give you what? 90. Okay, so that you can able to say that. So the 15, if you cancel with respect to the 3 table, so that is 15. If you take this side, it will give you the value called 5. If you take this side, it will give you the value called 6 times of 3, that is 18. So then LCM of 15 and something we can able to call it as like this. Okay, so we can able to say that if you want to say very clearly, you can able to call this like this. Okay, so P does the work 5 unit. Unit means a count. Okay, 5 unit per day. Okay, we are calling the part, right? Instead of keeping the fraction like this, you can also say like this one. Okay, that is 5 unit per day is the only thing. Okay, the second thing that they are given that, so P and Q. Okay, P and Q, you see this one. So P and Q, we can able to call it as what? That is, they can able to finish 6 unit per day. Okay, so sir, why you are taking the 5 and 6 here? Okay, so 5 belongs to P. Okay, that is, so 5 belongs to the 15. So 15 came from the 5 here, and this one it is belongs to the P plus Q. Why you are taking for the 5? Okay, so why you are taking for the P? That's a question everyone will ask you here. So this is one of the very quick diagram. You can able to you can able to use the value in a very shortcutly. Okay, so that's what the thing we are using in this one. Okay, to get the answer here, there is P plus Q. We can able to call it as 6 units per day. Okay, for each day he was completing the six unit, and P can be able to complete that 5 units per day. Okay, so this is how the thing you need to calculate this one. Okay, so going onwards, you can able to say that that is P plus Q is equal to what? That is 6. Okay, then what is a P means? So P we already know that the value called 5. Okay, that is Q is equal to, you can able to call it as, that is 6 minus 5, that is 1. Okay, so that you can able to complete the work, that is 1 unit per day. Okay, 1 unit per day, like what we can able to call this one. Okay, so now you see this one, they are mentioning that Q left the work after the 10 days. So then Q work for 10 days. That is the logic here in the way we can able to consider. Okay, so P and Q, that is they are working. Initially they are working together, right? So Q work for, 10 days. After that, he left. Okay. If you take this one, the P plus Q, we are calling it as 6. They both of them is working for 10 days. So then we can able to say that they are done 60 units totally for 10 days. But so how I can able to find out the remaining work? So remaining work is, that is, what is the total work, guys? Total work is equal to what? That is 90. We get the LCM right here. Okay, that is the 90 is the total work here in the place. Okay, if you take the total work is equal to 90 means that is remaining work. Remaining work is equal to what? That is 90 minus 60. We can able to call it as 30 unit. But the question is that they are asking very clearly how many days it will take P to complete the remaining work is the question. Okay, so 30 unit, it is the remaining work. So P 1 day unit is equal to what? 5 units per day. Okay, then if he making division by the 5, he can able to take 6 days to finish the 30 unit. Okay, so this is how you will find out the answer very clearly in this one. You see, we are not using any kind of the formula, but the logic of way solving here in the question, it's little bit different. That is the only challenge we facing here in this one. Okay, I just move to the next question, guys. I just move to the next category that should be familiar for us. Okay, I think this one is very important to move on. Okay, and I'm just saying that. So this is a type 3. I'm saying that so P and Q can complete the work in 12 days and 6 days. Okay, so they work together four days. They work together for 4 days. How much of the work how much of the work is left? Okay, same like we can able to do this one. So all the step is same because the except this question. You have see this question we can able to solve in the very different way. If you're trying to solve in those kind of the steps, it is literally hard to go with this. So you can able to take either unit method or the fraction method. So the fraction means you can able to call the part method. In all the questions we have solved the part method, right? So the part method will involve a lot of LCM and fractions. So a lot of terms you need to find out. When it comes to the unit, you can able to simply get the value just like that. Okay, so that's the thing we just going to handle here in this one. Okay, so the P and Q can complete the work in 12 and 6 days. They work for 4 days means how much work is left. Okay, that is the thing they are going to ask. Okay, so first that is P 1 day work is equal to what? That is 1 by 12. Okay, and Q 1 day work we can able to call it as 1 by 6 here in the place. So they are both of them is working for 4 days. So the P plus Q, they are working for 4 days here. That is, if you combine this one, that will give you that 6. Okay, so that if you're taking the LCM at all, so that will give you the value with closely to the thing with respect of the, so that is 7. Okay, if you're taking the LCM of this one, you will get the value called 48. Okay, if you're summing that one, that will give you that 7 times of 48. This is the 1 day value. But they are asking for the 4 days. Okay, they are asking for the 4 days means then you need to multiply by 4. If you multiply by 4, you can able to cancel this. That is 12 times of 4 is equal to 48. So then you can able to get that is 7 by 12 part. Okay, over the 12. Okay, over the total work of 12, they have completed the 7th part of the portion in the 4 days. So then guys, we can able to say directly that the remaining work is called 5 by 12. Okay, that is 5 by 12 is the remaining work. So that they are asking the part of work only. It is not about the days. So then they are asking the part of work. So the probably the remaining work is equal to 5 by 12 is the very correct answer in this question. Okay, I hope you understand about this question, guys. I'll move to the next question. Okay, so Ajay and Vijay can do a work in 70 and 60 days. Okay. They start working and after sometimes. Okay, you see the word, guys. We never had this word anyway. Okay, after some time, we don't have any kind of the data accurately here in the place, and they was defining this. Okay, so Ajay leaves. Okay, Ajay leaves, and Vijay completed the remaining work. Ajay leaves, Ajay leaves, Vijay completed the remaining work in 47 days. Okay. So when did Ajay quit the work? Okay, we don't know what specifically. You see this one? They are working together, and after sometimes, we having Ajay leaves after sometimes only. They didn't mention anywhere that Ajay left this particular day and this particular thing. Okay, they didn't mention anywhere. So Ajay quit the work. Okay, that is the only clue here we having here this one. Okay, so let's take it up. That is Ajay quit the work in X days. I don't know what it is. I'm calling it as X. Okay, so you see this one. Ajay and Vijay can do the work in 70 and 60 days. Okay, they are giving each individual portion. Okay, so that you can able to call it as, okay, this is the Ajay portion. Okay, so Ajay was completing the working how many days? I don't know. I'm calling it as, so X plus 70, X by 70. Okay, that is 1 day work with respect to this 1 day work. And Vijay's, they are doing the 60 days. You don't want to keep the Vijay here, but you can able to call it as they started working together after some day Ajay lives. Okay, so after some days, that is some days. So there is some days they have lived. So Vijay have completed. This is for the Vijay, right? So this is Ajay and this is for Vijay. So the Vijay completing the remaining work, that is called 47 days. Okay, so Vijay's 1 day work, we can able to call it as 60 is equal to 1. If you place it here, so this will give you the LCM called 4200. Okay, if you're taking this one, that is 60x plus 70x plus 47 is equal to 4200. We can able to say here this one. If you multiply this, it will give you the value. We can able to call it as, that is 130 x is equal to 4200 minus, okay, 4200 minus, so 3290. If you place this like this, we can able to call the value which we have, get the value here, that is 910. Okay, and x is equal to 910 by 130. 0 get cancelled. If you cancel this one, it will give you the value called 7 days. Very simply we are getting this one. I'll explain the question again. So Ajay and Vijay can do some work in 70 and 60 days. They started working together After some times, Ajay leaves Vijay. Ajay leaves, Vijay completed. If you don't read this like continuation way, guys. So after sometimes Ajay leaves. That's it. Okay. So Vijay completed the remaining work in the 70 days. Okay. So you need to consider one thing is sticking on your mind that they want to find out the thing like how many days Ajay work. Okay, after how many days Ajay quit the work? That is the thing they are asking, right? So the probably we can able to call it as Ajay is equal to X. How many days he was work? I don't know. So I'm calling it as X. Okay. So Ajay's 1 day work is equal to what? 1 by 70. So that I can call it as X by 70. You want to find out how many days he was completed the work. That is the only task we just want to find out here. So X by 70 I can call it up. Next thing is for Vijay. So Vijay is working. So something they're working together for Ajay, right? So that is Ajay work. We can able to call it as X. So plus 47. After him, 47 days he need to work. Okay, after the combination. So after the combination of the work, Ajay and Vijay they're working together initially, right? So the initial day work together that I'm calling it as X here. Okay, that is also equivalent to the Ajay. How many days he was work? Okay, so the probably X plus 47 I can call it up here, and by 60 that is 1 day work if I make it up this one and equal to the 1. Okay, so if I place this one I can able to get the cross multiplication by LCM. So if you take the LCM of this one, there's both of them different number. So we can directly call it as 4200 and making the multiplications here. That will lead you to the answer call. So 7 days. Okay. So this is how the value you need to shoot out this answer. Okay. I hope you're clear with this question, guys. So please kindly take it out this one. Okay. So we'll move to the next portion of this one. Okay. So I having the one more question. So P, Q, R. Okay. Can do a work separately 10, 12, 15 days. Okay, PQR. They're doing the work separately in the 10, 12, and 15 days. Okay. So you can able to say that they start working together. Okay, you see the word called together after, okay, after 2 days. P which working. Okay, so that you can consider up. Okay, and Q quit working. Okay, Q quit working. Okay, so Q quit working. Okay, you see this one, the Q quit working. So 3 days before the work was completed. Okay, so the work was completed. We can say that. So then you can able to call this one like this in how many days will the work be completed is the thing they're asking here. It's a little bit a big question. Okay, I'll read out to you guys. Okay, so the thing that PQR, 3 people is there. They're working the work separately in 10, 12, and 15 days. So that they started working together after 2 days. After 2 days, P quits. Okay, so that you can able to understand the P working for 2 days only. Okay, and working. So Q quit work 3 days before the work was completed. So what is the thing which up? So that is the Q quit the work before 3 days. Q quits the work. So 3 days before the work was completed. It is talking about the combination only. But still, the way of deriving the logic here, it is a little bit tricky. And they are asking in how many days the work will be completed. That is the thing. Okay. So they started working together. After 2 days, P quits the work. Okay, they are, if you see this one, so P 1 day work is equal to 1 by 10. Q 1 day work is equal to what? That is, we can able to call it as 1 by 10 part, and Q 1 day part we can able to call it as 1 by 12, and R 1 day part we can able to call it as 1 by 15 here. Okay, like the way we can able to call. But the logic they have given in the place, that is little bit tricky here. They have started working together after the 2 days P quits. Okay, that P is working only for the 2 days here. So then if you want to make the combined work together means that is P is working for only the 2 days. This is for P. Okay. And next, so Q quit the work. Okay. Q quit the work 3 days before the work was completed. Okay. That he was not yet to the completion of the work still, but he was quit from the work before the 3 days. Okay. So that you can't able to call it as 3 days he was work. Okay, so the probably he was quit the work before the work was completed, 3 days. Okay, so then you can able to call it as x minus 3. Okay, we don't know how much day he was work by Q, how much day he was work. So that particular time still we can able to call it as the 3. Okay, that's what I can able to take in this place here. Okay, once I take this one, you see this one, I having this value, we can able to call it as, okay, sorry, this is for 10. B, that will be P 1 day work is equal to 10, and Q 1 day work is equal to 12, and then X, how many days it will take to finish the total work. Okay, so that is 15 is equal to 1, same like if you're taking the LCM, if you want the LCM, you can able to reduce this, or you can able to reduce this one. This one we can able to make it like 2 times of 5. If you're taking the LCM of this one, guys, we will get the value called 60 directly. So that you can able to make like 5 x minus 3 minus 4x. So by 60 you can able to call. Okay, if you sort out this one, guys, it will give you the value called 4 by 5. Once you making this, you can able to get this on particular portion. You have the value, right? So that will go this side, and it will also call like this one, that is 9 x minus. You see this one, that is 5 x is there, right? So it will call it as the 9x. It will come as plus. Okay, that is 9x minus 15 is equal to 48. You will call it as this one. Okay, so the probably if the 48 is go this side, it will call it as 63 there. Okay, that is, so x is equal to, you can able to call it as 9 times of 7 days. So then you can able to call it as the total time to finish the how many days the work will be completed. It takes 7 days to complete the work. So the total work complete in the 7 days. That is the deal in the question. Okay, so I hope, guys, you have explored the different type of the question which we have scheduled in the previous one. Okay, so please follow the question, please practice the question every so. Okay, because these are the very different question in the different sections we have given. Each type of the question we have changed each of the method. Okay, so we don't even use any formula. All the things is fraction, sometimes combining the actions. Okay, this was the thing which is going to deal with this one. So purely understand the logic is one of the very important thing in the parameter. Okay, so in the next class we will see the time and work, the second portion of the part, and we will deal some more application oriented in the ratio and proportion. So please remember the fractions, guys, because that is the only important thing. Okay, and also, so please don't try to keep the decimal in your calculator, because with the decimal you can't able to solve everything correctly. So please try to put yourself in the proper calculation methodology so that you can able to solve in a very quickly and understandable way. So okay, so I think, guys, you are clear in this topic. So still you are having the doubts in this particular topic, you can able to reach out to me by mentioning the question number so that I can able to explain you clearly, guys. Okay, so need any something, the personal queries, need to reach out to us. So we have attached our mail so in the description box so that you can able to reach out to us. I think we are done with the topic. So still more having any doubts, you can reach to us. Okay, guys, thank you. Have a nice day.
Hey, hold on, I'm back. I'm super excited to inform you that in last 2 months, we've been able to conduct around 50 drives and around 100 plus students have been selected for various MNCs. The packages are ranging from 3.5 to 10 lakhs. Stay tuned for more information by subscribing us on our YouTube channel, by liking our social media platforms like Facebook, Insta and LinkedIn. Thank you.